If you're not investing in the stock market during this current pullback, then you could be missing out on a tremendous opportunity to build wealth. What's going on, YouTube? I'm back with another update on a portfolio that I start building out right on this channel back in January of 2024. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you an overview of my entire account. But before I get started, I just wanted to quickly give you the guidelines of the what, why, and how of this account. What's going on, guys? I want to give a big shout out for everyone that helped me to hit 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Make sure you stick around because later in the video, I'm going to be giving away 2 free 1-hour coaching sessions to help me celebrate hitting 1,000 subscribers right here on this channel. I started investing in a brand new account back in January of 2024. When I initially started investing in this account, I was investing $5 a day or $100 a month into VOO. But around November of 2024, I started investing $10 a day into SCHD. And then at the beginning of March of 2025, I started investing $10 a day in Vanguard's VGT. So now instead of investing $5 a day into the market, I'm investing $25 a day into the stock market. And secondly, I'm only investing during the week. So I'm not taking into account holidays or the weekend. I previously mentioned that there were 252 trading days, but for 2025, there are actually 250 trading days. So over the course of this year, I will be investing every single day for 250 days. And number 3, my initial goal in this account is to hit a total of $5,000. And then once I hit $5,000, then $10,000 will be the next goal, and then $20,000, and then $25,000, and so forth. I don't really have a defined total value that I'm looking to get here. If someone were to put me on the spot, I would likely say, hey, I'm trying to grow this account to $50,000. So that's my goal over the next 3 to 5 years, is to continue investing into this account with the ultimate goal of hitting $50,000 in this account. Now, if you started investing with me back in January of 2024, you may have already hit and surpassed that initial goal of $5,000. These are my goals. You should have your own goals of what you want your portfolio to look like in the long term. So whatever those are, just stick with that and continue working until you hit your goal. And lastly, I'm using Webull for this account. I like using Webull because their user interface is extremely easy for me to follow, and it allows me to purchase fractional shares of ETFs. Now, there are several other brokers out there that will allow you to purchase fractional shares of ETFs. I believe Robinhood is another one that will allow you to do that. I like using Webull, so that's what I'm using for this account. If you're interested in setting up an account with Webull, I'll leave a link down in the description below that'll take you directly to their site so you can get set up and start investing today. All right, now let's jump in and let's take a look at how my entire account has performed since January of 2024. So if you take a look at the top left of this home screen here, you'll see that I have a total account value of $2,906.52. And I have an open P&L. So my profit and loss since January of 2024 is I'm down in my account of basically $5, $4.99. And my overall account is down 0.18%. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that we are currently in a market correction or a pullback, and we could be heading towards a recession. I know that there are some analysts that are out there that are kind of hitting the brakes a little bit and trying to tamp down some of the recession talk. But to me, it looks like that's where we may be headed. So I'm keeping an eye on that. And one of the biggest drivers of this has been what's going on in the world with global trade. So this current administration has started to issue tariffs, mainly on Canada, Mexico, and China. There may be some tariffs that were implemented against the European Union. I'm not 100% sure about that. And I'm not making this video to say, oh, these tariffs are bad or the tariffs are good. Regardless of where you are on that conversation, I think we all could admit that it is one of the drivers of what's causing this current downturn in the market. There's the uncertainty coming out of this administration with one day there's tariffs, one day there's not, one day it's 25%, the next day it's double. And right now there's just too much uncertainty going on in the market. Long-term investors love stability. The more boring it is, the better. But on the flip side, during this current market pullback, there's a tremendous amount of opportunity for retail investors to invest in the market and really start to blow up our accounts over the next 3 to 5 years. If you follow the US economy, whenever there's a pullback, not only do we always recover, but we recover stronger than ever. And if you look to the right of that, you'll see that my account has a total market value of $2,756.50. And if you take a look at the net account value and the market value, those numbers don't match because I do have $150 of uninvested cash just sitting in my account. Now, if you take a look to the bottom of the screen here, you'll see I have a total of 3 investments in this account: Vanguard's VGT, SCHD, and Vanguard VOO. In VGT, I have a total market value of $193.20. And since I started investing in Vanguard's VGT at the beginning of March of 2025, I am down a total of $6.76 in this investment, and I'm also down 3.38% in this investment. And then in SCHD, I have a total value of $979.52, and I am down a total of $17.89, and I'm down 1.79% since I started investing in SCHD in November of 2024. Now I have a total of 35 shares, almost 35 and a half shares of SCHD, and I have 0.355 shares in Vanguard's VGT. And then in VOO, I have a total market value of $1,583.79, and I have 3 shares, a little over 3 shares of VOO. And since I started investing in VOO in January of 2024, I am up $19.67 and a total of 1.26%. And you'll also notice the orange box by each one of these investments that says DRIP, and that is the Dividend Reinvestment Program. So we'll jump over to that and I'll show you how much that I've made in dividends since investing in each one of these investments in this account. All right, guys, I'm going to be giving away 2 free one-on-one, 1-hour financial coaching sessions. If you're interested in obtaining one of these slots, I need you to do the following. Number 1, like the video. Number 2, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And number 3, comment down below financial coaching. I'm going to be going into my comments on April 8th, and I'm going to be selecting the 2 people to have the free one-on-one coaching sessions with. Once selected, you'll head over to the description section of this video, send me a message on Instagram so we can get you scheduled for your one-on-one session. Now, let's get back to the video. All right, so now we're taking a look at the dividend payouts that I've received since January of 2024. And I've received roughly about $13 in dividends, but I'll go through each one of these with you right here. So on March 27th of 24, I received 97 cents in dividends for Vanguard's VOO. And then on July 2nd of 24, I received $2.36 in dividends from Vanguard's VOO. And then on October 2nd of 24, I received $3.18 in dividends from Vanguard's VOO. And then in December 17th of 24, I received $2.42 of dividends for SCHD. And then on December 27th, I received $4.34 in dividends for Vanguard's VOO. Now, just another reminder, right? I've been investing in VOO since the beginning, and I just started investing in SCHD in November of 24. So I've only received 1 dividend payout, and that's because I just started investing in it. And Vanguard's VGT, I have yet to receive a dividend for that investment, and I've only been investing in that for about a month. So I've received about $13 in dividends since I started in January of 2024. And if you recall where I pointed out the orange DRIP box on the last screen, which was the Dividend Reinvestment Program, all of the dividends that I've received just get reinvested back into that position. And as we continue to grow out our accounts, these dividend payouts will start to get larger. All right, let's take a look at my account P&L since January of 24. So right here, we're taking a look at my profit and loss screen here, and you will see since January of 2024, my account is up $12.43. And if you look to the bottom of the screen here, you'll see that my total account is up 4.66%. If you take a look, you'll see that there's an orange line here at the bottom. And that orange line represents the S&P 500, which has been relatively flat. And you'll see that my account has kind of been all over the place. And that's simply because I'm not only investing in the S&P 500, I do have VOO, which tracks the S&P 500, but I also have SCHD and VGT as well. Now, one thing that I want to point out on how Webull calculates and shows your profit and loss, especially the percentage on this screen here, is they use what is called the money weighted rate of return. And that's a little bit different than what some of the other brokerages uses. So I just want to make sure that I point that out. And the money weighted rate of return, and I'm going to take a look and I'm going to read it right here from the definition so you understand the difference. The money weighted rate of return, also known as the dollar weighted rate of return, measures investment performance by considering the size and timing of all cash flows in and out of an investment portfolio and is equivalent to the internal rate of return. So it essentially is the metric that assesses how an investment portfolio performs by taking into account the impact of both the amount and timing of money added or withdrawn from a portfolio. So I just want you to kind of keep that in mind when you see the different percentages from my home screen versus what we just saw here on this screen here. That's the difference. It's the money weighted rate of return. And I don't communicate the percentages that are shown on this screen here because I think it skews it a little bit. I do like the fact that Webull kind of gives you that calculation based on the timing and the inflows and outflows of your investments. But as far as communicating out what my returns are, I like what's shown on the home screen of my account more so than on this screen. On a previous investment update, I talked a lot about trying to make investing as easy as possible. So a couple of things that I did to make this account as easy as possible for me to invest in is I set it up to where Webull is purchasing SCHD, VHT, and VOO every single day. And then I also went in and I set up to where money is being automatically transferred from my checking account into my account with Webull every 2 weeks. And I don't even go into this account until it's time to give these updates for you guys. By having this type of setup, it takes out any excuses I might have for not being able to invest, right? So I put a line item in my budget that X amount of dollars is going into my Webull account and it automatically does the investment for me. So we're gonna take a look at the screen here and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So I have my account set up to where every single trading day it is purchasing VGT, SCHD, and VOO. Make investing easy. If you can just set your account up, set it and forget it, takes out any excuse, and in that way you check that box, you're hitting those investments, and you're continuing to grow out your account. All right, now let's just quickly go through and evaluate each one of my investments that I have in this account, just so I can illustrate to you how much that we can invest during this pullback in the market. So right now we're taking a look at SCHD, and if you look in the middle column on this screen right here, you'll see that they had a 52-week high of $29.18, and as of the last trading day, it was trading at $27.58. Now let's take a look at VOO. Now VOO had a 52-week high of $561.97, and as of the last trading day, it was trading at $510.80. And VGT had a 52-week high of $647.94, and on the last day of trading, it traded at $543.24. Now, the reason that I bring this up is I just want to bring this all the way back home to illustrate how much of a pullback that we're seeing in the market. So if we're able to invest in our positions during this market pullback, we know that our economy and the market is going to bounce back stronger than ever. History tells us that. So if we know that VGT is currently trading at $543, but it has a 52-week high of $647, that's a $100 delta right there, right? So we know that eventually we are going to get back to that number. The question is, are you going to sit on the sidelines while this happens? Are you going to actually jump in and start investing so you can start building wealth? The choice is yours. So there you have it. That's an entire overview of my entire account since January of 2024. When I started investing in this account on this channel, I told you that I wanted to try to be as transparent as possible with this account so you could actually see the ups and downs. I didn't want to just put random charts on the screen. I wanted to show you exactly how my portfolio is performing. The best part about this, right? One of the key takeaways that you should take away from this is that just because I'm investing in 3 different index funds in my account doesn't mean that you have to. And just because I'm investing every single day doesn't mean you have to either. I'm just putting out the blueprint on how to start a portfolio and how to invest in a portfolio. It's up to you to decide what's gonna work for you. Does investing every single month work for you? Does investing once a week or every other week work for you? Does investing in one index fund work for you? You just want to invest in the S&P 500? You want to invest in VOO or SPY? That's completely fine. The choice is yours. There's really no right or wrong way to invest. You have to find what works for you and stick with it. All right, so there goes my entire account. What do you guys think? What are you investing in, and how has your investment performed since this time? And if you haven't started investing, why haven't you? What's stopping you from jumping in and starting to build out your financial future? Leave a comment down below and let me know. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.